Good evening. This one is titled So They Don't Feel So Guilty. Let's find out why. Why? Why so they don't feel so guilty? All right, I was watching a news broadcast and they had a clip of Hillary Clinton on Ellen DeGeneres' show. And they were talking and they were just being buddy-buddy and all. Everything's good and happy. And I saw something and I recognized it. And I thought, how can these two women be so chummy, so buddy-buddy, so willing to be happy and joyful and not bind? Because they're evil, and being together, both being evil, they don't feel so guilty about their evil. It's like the old saying, well, they did it. They do it. You see what I'm saying here? Just because, well, let's do this. One of the women is probably the most corrupt women ever in the world. Okay, that's Hillary Clinton. The other one is lesbian. Oh, there's nothing wrong with being lesbian. Well, let's go to the truth of the matter. God says a woman lying with a woman is an abomination. That's evil. Okay? So you have evil with evil. And so they bind. They come together. Why? Because they don't feel so guilty about their evil doings. They don't. It's like the pride parades. They come together. It's all evil. We're all evil. And so there's really no infighting or anything like that going on. It's because the evil accepts the evil. Now, evil is dark. Most evil is hidden. You want to hide it. The Democrats and the propaganda media do that. They hide it. They hide the evil that's going on. Look at the Biden campaign. Nobody, unless they're being detrimental about what's being reported as the truth about Hunter Biden, the mainstream propaganda media, they're not saying anything about Hunter and Joe's involvement in this Ukrainian oil deal with Burisma. No, why would they? It's evil. That was an evil doing. It was against constitutional law what Joe Biden did for his son Hunter. You don't get the billion unless you fire the prosecutor that's investigating the company that my son is on the board of. That's evil. And of course, the Democrats, they want this evil. They want it. Okay? Now, what they can do here is say, all right, we're evil, but we're not going to tell you that. We're going to show you that. We're going to let you know that we are indeed evil people. But here's the catch to it. We're going to be evil so you can be as evil, if not more, than we are. Now, that can be proved by what's going on in New York. They're saying if you've committed such a crime and such a crime, forget it. no bail, no nothing. And some of these crimes are ridiculous. I think it's even murder. Assault's one of them. Theft is one of them. It just goes on and on. Now, I was listening to Adam Carolla with Tucker Carlson, and Tucker was asking about why do Los Angeles and San Francisco have such a homeless problem? What's going on here? And what Adam was explaining was they don't want to be seen as mean. Okay, if the cop arrests a homeless person on the street and puts him somewhere, like say in a home or in jail, that's mean. You can't, that's mean. Don't be mean. Don't do that. It's mean. No, it's not mean. It's the law. It's a way of protecting the people. Having all those people on the streets with all the diseases, all the filth, the needles, and all the rest of that, do you really think that's good for children to see that? Really? Do you think they want to see their future as living on the streets? That's what it's looking like in California. Now, there's also another really big problem with that. That and the Democrats want open borders because of the meanness. We can't be mean to the people. We got to let everybody in. Let them all in. Let them in. And we'll have the violence and the drugs and the trafficking and all the rest of it. It'll be all evil. Problem. The coronavirus is spreading like wildfire. Now, let's say a Chinese citizen comes up through the southern border into San Diego, makes it past San Diego, and ends up on the street in Los Angeles and infects somebody else with the coronavirus, and somebody else, and somebody else, and then it starts to spread. Then you've got a pandemic going on. But what about the citizens that aren't homeless, that pay their taxes, that have bought their houses, and it spreads to them? Then what? Oh, blame Trump for it, of course. They blame Trump for everything else. They're even blaming him, or at least Ilhan Omar. She wants to blame him for flooding in other countries because he won't do anything about climate change. Now, Ilhan Omar is probably second in line, just below Hillary Clinton, as far as corruption goes. She, Omar, is evil. Okay? I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what color of her skin is. She is a Muslim sympathizer, but she is an extreme Islamist sympathizer. Okay? She wants terror. She wants that. Why? Because she's evil. She is evil. It's been reported that she has cheated on taxes. She married her own brother so that he could get into the United States. So that it would just be that easy. Just, we marry, you're a U.S. citizen, you're in. There you go. She's had campaign fraud, tax fraud, immigration fraud, all kinds of fraud. She's evil. And don't tell me that's not evil. It is evil. This country was founded on Christian Judeo principles. Good. Okay? All that is written in the Constitution is good because the founders wanted good. They didn't foresee all this evil coming into play in the United States. However, they did leave it to the citizens of this country to see if and when the evil would crop its head up and say, hey, we're going to do evil, so we're going to let you do evil. But you've got to vote us in order to let you do your evil, so that we can all be evil. And this evil spreads all the way across the board. Okay? Abortion, is that evil? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay? Do you really think the children of this country need to hear about women getting abortions just because they don't want the kid? They don't want the kid, so just abort it. That's how valuable life is in the United States. If you don't want it, kill it. Okay? What kind of example is that for the children of this country? All right, you've got kids growing up in inner cities. And these inner cities, if you ask me, are run by the government welfare programs. Or in other words, they're Democrat plantations for the inner city kids and people. They don't want these people to get up on their feet and get out of the inner cities, make a life for themselves. No, they want to keep them beat down. They want to keep them on welfare, keep them on the plantation, because they get free stuff. The more free stuff they get, the more votes the Democrats are going to get. Is that evil or is that good, keeping the inner city people on welfare on the Democrat plantations? That's evil. That is evil. Because part of that evil says you can't get your welfare free if you have a dad in the house making money. Well, if you have a dad in the house making money, you also have a dad in the house as the disciplinarian and the teacher of ethics, which will keep the young boys and girls off the streets. Okay? And the Democrats don't want that. They want these kids out there killing each other. Why? Because that gives them an excuse to lead the young people, college age, high school age, to believe that taking the guns away will lower crime. No, it won't. Taking guns away will increase crime. It's been shown. Cities with the highest rate of gun control also have the highest rate of violence. Okay? It goes together like that. It's common sense. All right, now, let's go on to the more evil that the Democrats are trying to spread, the more evil the people of this country are buying. Okay? So, you've got these people believing in all this stuff. All right, let's throw in some more. How about pornography? All right? It was Flynn, the owner of Hustler magazine, I believe, that took it to the Supreme Court and said, hey, it's freedom of speech. Okay, what's more important, you selling a magazine and making money, or the moral values that this country was based on? Oh, of course, it's your money. Don't bother with the fact that this pornography can and will drive young men, old men, into sexual molestation, rape, assault, all kinds of things. Forget about that. The man has to have his money. Okay? That's evil. The evil of this country, the Democrats are trying to spread thick like peanut butter on bread. Okay? And they keep more and more and more. Let the criminals in. Let the criminals out of prison. Don't arrest them. Don't ticket them. Don't do anything to discipline the people that are doing wrong. Why? Because the Democrats want wrong. If you can't get money out of them, let them go. Why? The Democrats want the money. It's a waste of time if you arrest somebody and they got no money to give us. Forget it. Let them go. Let them overdose on the streets. Let them show our kids the way to evil. No, absolutely not. We have a president in the White House that is doing good. Good is what we need. The Democrats want to turn the White House, which is behind me, into the Black House, a house of evil. We cannot let them do that. We cannot let them destroy this country that God has given us, both the landmass and the Constitution. God gave it to us so that we can live free and prosper and not live in evil, not have to take care of the people that are living on the streets, and spend more money and time trying to keep diseases out of our neighborhoods and our states and our cities. This whole thing, all the evil that's going on with the Democrats in the Democrat cities and states, it's going to blow up right in front of their faces. Then they're going to blame the Republican Christian conservative that it happened, when that is not true whatsoever. The Democrats, the liberals, the media are evil. They want evil. And they have no clue that there's going to be a day that Jesus, the Son of God himself, is going to come back. And there will be judgment. They will be judged by God, the creator of all things himself. And he knows everything. He knows your motives. He knows the kickbacks that you're getting and why you want to spread the evil. He knows. And it's going to happen. That's all I've got for now. I ask that you pray for our president, that God will protect him from all the evil that's being hurled at him constantly. I ask that you pray for our military, first responders, police, and such, that God will protect them, bring them home safely to their families and loved ones. I ask that you be with those such as Rush Limbaugh that have illnesses, that God can touch them, heal them, and let them carry on with their lives, spreading the good that needs to be spread. Be with God, and He will be with you. I thank you for watching. I'm William Ferguson, and this is Common Sense.